Talladega Nights director Adam McKay will soon release his sci-fi Netflix black comedy movie Don't Look Up. The film has an ensemble cast including some legendary names like Leonardo DiCaprio, Cate Blanchett, Jennifer Lawrence, and Timothee Chalamet. Keep watching to find out why Don't Look Up is set to be one of the movie events of the year. Adam McKay is no stranger to controversy, having had disagreements with White House, big dogs such as Dick Cheney and John McCain to name a few, but that doesn't mean that he's a write-off. Far from it, in fact. The Oscar-nominated director's last outing is set to get everybody talking. The story in itself is pretty simple. It's about two low-level astronomers who go on a massive media tour, warning mankind of a nearby asteroid on a collision course with the Earth. Production started at the end of 2019 when it was announced that Paramount Pictures would distribute the movie. However, Netflix acquired the distribution rights and halted filming halfway through in April 2020 amid the global health situation. Filming commenced again in November 2020 at various locations in Boston, Massachusetts. The cast had a whale of a time on set for this black comedy. With such a big ensemble, they were bound to have a laugh or two whilst filming. If you didn't already know, Adam McKay is probably best known for his improv comedy on shows such as Saturday Night Live. But did you know that he's actually a critically acclaimed filmmaker? If you follow McKay's career a little as we have, you'll remember such movies as Talladega Nights and Anchorman. Now, whilst these movies are incredibly funny, they are not Oscar-worthy. You see, McKay is a multifaceted writer and director whose talents go far beyond that of a one-trick pony. He took somewhat of a different direction in the latter half of his career, and it paid off. The brilliant mind of McKay wasn't content making run-of-the-mill movies in his partnership with Will Ferrell. He needed more, and he found that by adding layers and nuances to his work. He still makes amazing comedies, but there's much more going on than a bunch of semi-funny slapstick moments and half-Latin jokes. Now, McKay uses dramatic, darker moments and satire to intensely draw viewers in and actually tackle some really dark moments in his later movies. An example of this would be 2015's The Big Short, which earned McKay Oscar for Best Adapted Screenplay. This biopic is none other than Dick Cheney and stars Hollywood heavyweight Christian Bale in the leading role. The movie is about the housing crisis that took place in the mid-2000s and follows a group of finance experts led by Bale who discover a wholly corrupt system. This was McKay's first important cultural movie that set him apart from other directors in the comedy sector. He was able to deliver a complicated, serious subject matter with impressive attention to detail, whilst keeping it slick, modern, and undeniably funny. This is where Don't Look Up comes into the equation. This movie is a direct continuation of McKay's directing genius. He's done it again with another hard-hitting, dramatic, dark comedy. Did you know that Don't Look Up was slated to be one of Netflix's biggest film releases of 2020? The initial plan was to commence shooting in spring and wrap everything up for a cozy winter release. But that didn't happen, and the movie will now be released sometime before the end of 2021. The big name and supporting cast members have all been revealed, with Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence snatching the leading roles. We don't know much about the cast apart from their names at this point, but we do know that a slew of recognizable faces have been roped in to complete the ensemble cast. Even the likes of pop superstar Ariana Grande has bagged herself a role in the upcoming movie. I've been here all night. I can't wait. Other actors set to star in the movie include Jonah Hill, Ron Perlman, Timothee Chalamet, Cate Blanchett, Meryl Streep, Matthew Perry, and Chris Evans. What? We just can't wait to see what all this talent can achieve once they're brought together on the big screen. After hearing all of that behind-the-scenes gossip, we bet you'll want to know what the movie's actually about. Well, Don't Look Up follows Lawrence and DeCaprio, who play Kate and Randall. The unlikely pair are astronomers who discover that an enormous asteroid is going to destroy the Earth. If nothing is done to combat the asteroid by humanity, then an apocalypse will ensue, killing everyone on the planet. The dilemma here is that nobody believes Kate and Randall, so the pair decide to go on a media frenzy to try and convince the world of its own shortcomings. This is an all-too-real scenario that really plays on human ignorance to get the viewer's attention. We live in an age full of internet conspiracy theories and fake news. Nobody quite knows who to believe, and this poses a real and unique threat to humanity's future. There's a comet headed toward Earth, Lawrence says, sitting in the Oval Office with President Janie Orlean, Meryl Streep, and her chief of staff, who's her son, Jason, played by Jonah Hill. This will affect the entire planet, a much older-looking Leo emphasizes, but Hill and Streep's characters are unconvinced about the astronomers' warnings. In the past, McKay has done a fantastic job setting the tone for serious, intense moments within his movies, which often include black comedy elements. This makes it all the more exciting to see what he has done with Don't Look Up because it's set in the future, so anything goes. What we mean by that really is McKay has had full directorial freedom with this project, and we should, based on his previous work, be in for a thought-provoking treat that is sure to make us laugh and cry in the same breath. A short mini trailer has been released by Netflix, who wanted to attract media hype before the big release later this year. It's not surprising, given the list of big names starring in Don't Look Up, that the movie has already garnered the attention of the Oscars. It's too soon to tell, but based on what we currently know about the sci-fi black comedy, it could be one of Netflix's top performing and most critically acclaimed movies ever. The 30-second clip has been circulating online, shows a scene between Leonardo DiCaprio, Jonah Hill, and the iconic Meryl Streep in a fun but tense White House scene. Already, the cast announcements and the premise are enough to stoke the interest of even the most critical filmgoers, but that's not where the hype ends. Rumor has it that pop princess Ariana Grande herself has penned the official soundtrack song along with the rapper Kid Cudi. A little bit of and a little bit it's gonna be good. If this is true, then we're already in for a #1 movie and a #1 soundtrack to accompany it. It's not that often that movies get us excited as this one, and it's been a while since we had such a big Oscar-worthy ensemble come our way. McKay spoke to Empire magazine back in March and said, "We're always looking for the backbone, the central idea, and once you have that, you know everything can circle around it." The statement rings true with a lot of McKay projects, and especially for Don't Look Up. It's a culmination of a good idea and something to build around, which makes us really excited about this movie. It's something different and bigger than anything he's done before. It serves to break down and comment on relevant social issues that we're all too unaware of. It's the only recent film of its kind apart from The Big Short that uses this type of storytelling to evoke a strong and compelling audience reaction. The editor of Nylon magazine posted a somewhat cryptic tweet about the release of Don't Look Up. He tweeted about the shaky camera clip, 27-second long in length, showing Leonardo DiCaprio in a tiny bathroom seemingly hyperventilating. The clip is choppy, but the intent is there and it gets the job done. Nobody believes Randall, and from what we can tell, it's having a dire effect on his mental health. It's a piece of brilliant social commentary that puts you on the edge of your seat whilst also keeping you on your toes. Very rarely can a film achieve both of these things at the same time, and when they do, it's pure cinematic gold. Oscars, anyone? We take our hats off to Adam McKay, who in our eyes has taken the film industry by storm, really cementing his place in the Directors Hall of Fame along with Steven Spielberg, Quentin Tarantino, and Spike Lee, and the likes of those elite S-tier directors. Don't Look Up is definitely looking to be the biggest release of the year, with a lot of people already setting a date in their calendars to sit down and enjoy the movie. I am. We're hearing a rumor of a December release date, which coincides with Netflix's tendency to release some of their bigger projects during the holidays such as Christmas and New Year's Day. Netflix will have a huge win on their shoulders if all goes well for them with the release of Don't Look Up later on this year. We all know that they don't have the best reputation when it comes to their sci-fi original movies and really need a win to make sure people keep coming back for their subscriptions. After all, Netflix is the original streaming king and has a whopping budget, spending more than any of its competition on original content. So Netflix is bound to get it right eventually, is it?